Don't foul them when they inbound. Alex. Good call.
Sportsmanship. Pass.
Charge for labor and modification.
Your cheer on FoxSportsSouth.com.
Neither Virginia Tech nor Clemson have had the season they wanted up to this point. But the great thing about youth, there's optimism. There's always the next game. And tonight, Clemson and Virginia Tech go head-to-head here in Clemson, South Carolina. Good evening, everybody. Mike Hogwood here, along with Debbie Antonelli. And there is indeed optimism. Both of these teams, neither one of them down about their seasons. They're looking ahead.
If you go by how they reacted in shoot-around and the way they focused on their game plan, you would believe that these two teams are competing for the ACC championship right now, Mike. I mean, they have a lot of young talent. It's a matter of figuring it out, and they've still got time before you get into the ACC tournament.
Debbie, right off the top here, let's get your key to what has to happen tonight.
I think it's very important for two teams that are struggling to score to find easy scoring opportunities. So if you take the blobs plus the slobs, baseline out-of-bounds plays plus the sideline out-of-bounds plays, which you have to execute, and you add the free throws made, not just getting to the line. Those are easy scoring opportunities for both of these teams. So whoever wins in that formula, I think will win the game.
And Virginia Tech does have two scorers who are scoring in double figures in league play.
They do, Mike, and they have enough talent to be able to take pace and play the pace that they want. Chanel Harrison is their leading scorer, has been pretty consistent all season long, but their most consistent in the last 6 games has been Alyssa Fanine, where she's been averaging over 14 points a game. So when you're looking at easy scoring and trying to find some offense, these two players have to play well for Virginia Tech.
And now for Clemson, Stephanie Thomas and Kirsten Wright have both had good games this season.
They have, and they're adjusting to playing the way Ettore Coleman wants them to play in her first year as the head coach here. Stephanie Thomas is a terrific outside shooter, very streaky, and when she gets hot, she could be a lot for Virginia Tech to handle. And then Kirsten Wright is very good in the transition game with her long frame and her ability to finish. These two can help Clemson play the tempo they want if they can rebound inside.
Debbie, you mentioned Ettore Coleman, who played here and was a great player for Clemson. She's going to make a difference in this program.
I don't think there's any question that it's just a matter of time, and you've got to recruit talent, and Ettore completely understands that. But when you look at evaluating a head coach, recruiting, practice and preparing, game adjustment, Ettore Coleman has all of that in her package.
I think it's going to be a pretty good game tonight. Clemson, Virginia Tech. These two teams met once last year in Blacksburg. That game went down to the wire. Virginia Tech with the 1-point win. It's the Tigers and the Hokies straight ahead from here in Clemson.
Here's to everyone on the mountain, to the people who came together to create the next great flavor of Mountain Dew, to the ones with the passion to spread the word. More than 1 million of you stood up and made your choice clear. Dew fans across America, your voice has been heard. A new flavor of Mountain Dew, built by Dew fans for Dew fans. Introducing Mountain Dew Whiteout, a blast of smooth citrus and the newest member of the Dew family. Mountain Dew, it's different on the mountain.
Get ready to go coast to coast in a college hoops triple header. First, it's ACC Sunday Night Hoops, when North Carolina State battles Jordan Williams and Maryland, and Georgia Tech looks to do the unthinkable, upset Nolan Smith and Duke. Then, in the Pac-10, Reeves Nelson leads UCLA against Harper Camp at Cal. It's a college basketball triple header Sunday.
Let's go, let's go!
Great job. We got one play, so let's make this count.
I touched the ball before it went out, Coach.
Come on, Alex. The ref did not call that. It's a championship game.
I touched it. It's their ball.
Don't foul them when they inbound. Alex. Good call.
Sportsmanship. Pass it on.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you.
We can consolidate and reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Call toll-free 1-800-511-9241. That's 800-511-9241. Call now.
Restoring sight to the blind.
Fighting melanoma.
Obesity.
Heart disease. Illiteracy.
Improving math scores throughout the state.
Fighting Alzheimer's.
Mapping genes for healthier thoroughbreds.
Preserving an old music culture.
An epic poem.
Making every book available to every student.
Learning.
And sharing.
Insight has created a world-class fiber network so our universities and their students can connect to each other and to the rest of the world. Insight, the fiber of business.
Around the country and officiating, we got a really veteran crew here. It's Clemson in their home white, and we're underway as Jasmine Tate controlled the tip.
Virginia Tech starting out in a man-to-man defensively. Nikki Davis on the ball as a senior, expecting great ball pressure out of Clemson. Davis should get them in their sets offensively.
Inside Tate goes off the front rim. Nia Evans, freshman who got the start here tonight, down with the rebound. And Gordon Chanel Harrison, she is fouled by Brielle Smith. First, here's Clemson's lineup. You see the senior Wright, the senior Tate, and the senior Thomas. This is a veteran Clemson team. Shaniqua Paldo in the middle. And again, I will mention that Nia Evans did get a start tonight for Virginia Tech with a change in the Hokies lineup.
Remember, we talked about easy scoring opportunities in the first possession for the Hokies. They're at the free throw line. It was a great basket cut by Harrison.
Virginia Tech has had issues at the free throw line this year, but Harrison, a 60% shooter, 1 of 2. He's the leading scorer on this Virginia Tech team.
Paldo comes up to help relieve pressure.
Wright wide open for 3. Look at Paldo, the offensive rebound. Staying after it. Now it's Wright. Boy, good possession by Clemson, especially off the glass there.
3 offensive rebounds in 1 possession for Clemson. And Virginia Tech spent a lot of time going on over on-ball screens today at their shoot-around.
It'll send Kirsten Wright to the free throw line. She is an excellent free throw shooter. There are many who say she is the team's most improved player over a year ago. Wright, the senior out of Stone Mountain, Georgia.
She's long and athletic. 52 made threes on the season, the most she's had in her career.
Double figures in 4 straight games, so they need a big offensive output from number 10 in white here tonight.
The 2-2-1 passing lane, passive pressure, which Clemson falls back into zone.
Nikki Davis threw it one way, Fanine went the other. Davis has been up and down all year for Virginia Tech, the senior point guard.
Yeah, I think for Beth Dunkenberger's club, it'll be a matter of attacking inside out, shortening up those passing lanes, knowing that Clemson likes to overplay a little bit.
Clemson started out 0 for 4, but they've gotten 3 offensive rebounds. Here's Paldo make it 0 for 5. That time the board down to Brittany Gordon.
Now Gordon making Paldo catch it off the lane, which forces her to make a turnaround jump shot. Good defense by Gordon because she turned and boxed out.
Fanine works off the Evans screen. Harrison, that's a nice pass down on the blocks to Gordon, and Gordon will go to the free throw line for 2.
Good little 2-man game for Virginia Tech. They clear out, keep the weak side defense occupied so you can't bring any help. It was a good find by Harrison.
Chanel now 2 for 3 from the line, which makes her coach, Beth Dunkenberger, happy in her 7th season former graduate assistant at Virginia Tech and assistant coach. Was the Southern Conference Coach of the Year in 2002-2003 when she was at Western Carolina.
Good transition defense by the Hokies to force Clemson to execute. You want to make them work deep into the shot clock.
Thomas, that's a three. Stephanie Thomas.
Good execution by Clemson.
Inside Fanine, and Fanine's got an answer. Stephanie Thomas is third in the ACC in three-pointers made. Well, we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, in her first season, Etora Coleman, 2000 Clemson grad, two-time ACC champion as a player, former assistant to Jim Davis, who was her coach here. How good was she as a player? She was on the 50th anniversary All-ACC team.
That 1999 Clemson team that won the ACC championship, Etora was a senior that year. That was, I think, the best team Clemson ever had. They were fantastic.
Davis wide open for three. Yeah, late 90s, Clemson was pretty darn good.
Yes, they were. Nikki Blassingame was another one of Etoro Umos Coleman's teammates. And to tell you what Etoro has done this year is she has paraded a host of former players in here to teach this team what Clemson basketball is all about. She's had a lot of former players in here to talk to the team.
Jasmine Tate on the drive. She is fouled by Evans.
What a great swipe do and take by Tate, who, as you can see, has spent a little extra time in the weight room for Etoro Coleman.
In the Clemson Hall of Fame, well-deserved. By the way, that was the second personal foul on Nia Evans. She'll be coming out of the game after this free throw.
I was teasing Jasmine Tate at shoot-around today about how much she's pumped up. Look at those arms, Hog. You don't want to mess with her, but there's a huge picture of her in the weight room just to show, from a motivation standpoint, what hard work's all about.
Tate hits two free throws, and Taylor Ayers, a 6'2 sophomore from Augusta, Georgia, now into the Virginia Tech lineup. Harrison on the drive, and she's fouled. Boy, we're shooting a lot of free throws here early.
Going to play right into that formula, Mike. Blobs and slobs and free throws made. Of course, we haven't had any out-of-bounds plays. There's been a lot of fouling.
Virginia Tech 2 for 4 from the line. Pretty good job there by Harrison. Just a 60% free throw shooter. Brielle Smith to set the offense for the Clemson Tigers. Trying to go a little high-low. Tate down to Paldo. Pass too tall.
Well, it was good execution, but Paldo's got to shape up to the basketball a little bit. You got to use that frame to show her hands and her numbers to the passer.
Not a good pass. Thomas is there. Nikki Davis able to recover it for the Hokies.
And now Virginia Tech knows that Clemson is trapping ball screens.
Davis for three. Nikki Davis. Only a 25% three-point shooter, nails it.
That's hard to believe based on the way she stroked that one into the net.
And Debbie, she has not hit a three in 3 straight games. One of the reasons she might not have gotten that start against Longwood last time out, but getting the start here today and an early three. Ball taken away by Davis, who's made an impact here early. Pick up the loose ball. Fanine. Lost out of bounds by Tate. But Nikki Davis, the senior, the transfer from Alabama, nailing a three to give the Hokies the lead.
At BB&T, we've spent more than 135 years sharing knowledge, helping clients become better informed. With checking options, online, and mobile banking, it's easy to find the right direction for you. Know how it feels to know more. And ACC fans, enter the BB&T $1 Million Bank Shot Challenge, and you could win $1 million at the 2011 ACC Men's Basketball Tournament. Enter today at bbt.com/ACC. BB&T, official bank of the ACC.
Gatorade Product Analysis, O2 Perform. Initiate rehydration. Sustain performance. Finish strong. The original Gatorade, part of the G Series.
Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
Virginia Tech only has one field goal early. That a 3 from Nikki Davis. But 4 free throws have them out in front by a deuce over Clemson, 9-7. Mentioned the Lady Tigers with 3 ACC wins. Debbie, they have one on the road at NC State, one on the road at Wake Forest, and had a home win here against Virginia.
Veteran backcourt play with a couple of seniors in the backcourt for Clemson.
You just saw Kirsten Wright. She had 17 points in that big win over the Cavaliers.
How about the win by Virginia yesterday over Maryland?
They got a big win of their own yesterday on the road. Lindsey Mason into the Clemson lineup. That's 3 seconds. Mason, the 6'4" junior out of Woodstock, Georgia.
Jasmine Tate had the right idea. She tried to repost, but she never got out of the lane. The high-low would work for Clemson if they'd make the right read. It's been available.
Nine working against Stephanie Thomas. The 9 takes it in the paint on the runner, scores. She's got 4 points. The 9 is really giving them an offensive lift of late. Mason can't hit the turnaround.
Brittany Gordon is doing a great job playing behind in the post, not giving up any ground and forcing the Clemson post players to make a shot over her.
Virginia Tech missing there, but the Hokies have scored 7 unanswered points. Clemson trying to find some offense. Thomas can't hit on the reversal, and the rebound by Gordon.
Good help by Gordon to get off the post contact and challenge.
Taylor into the game for Virginia Tech. Now for 9 will set the offense. She has started 4 straight games, been in double figures 6 straight. 9 has been big time. Good rebound inside by Ayers. Taylor Ayers not able to finish after the rebound. Inside Tate. And Ayers, the sophomore from Augusta, will pick up her first foul.
Good extra work in the weight room combined with a little bit of an experienced skill set against the sophomore, and Tate's going to the free throw line.
And Debbie, how important is Jasmine Tate to this team when you look at the wins they've had? 13 points, 8 rebounds when they won at NC State. 11 points, 7 rebounds when they won at Wake Forest. When she plays well on the glass and scores in double figures, they've got a good chance.
She's a good complement to what Lindsey Mason and Shaniqua Paldo bring. See, Tate will bring you the extra effort, sets the hard screens, goes to the glass every time. When Paldo and Mason are on the floor, they usually occupy the low block.
Senior out of Birmingham, Alabama. Chancey Dunn into the game now for the Clemson Tigers. Also, Keela Shelton. Shelton's a freshman. Dunn is a freshman. Good young talent on this Clemson team. And that's a travel. In the lane as Davis will return for Virginia Tech.
It's a good job off the made free throws to change up your defensive look. You go to that 2-2-1 and you make Virginia Tech work into the shot clock.
Well, Clemson hasn't had a field goal in the last 4:45, and they're not going to get one here on this possession. Just one for their last 8 from the field. The Hokies only with a 3-point lead here. Davis. She started out strong. 5 points now for Nikki Davis.
Great read by the senior coming off that ball screen. Turning the corner, looking to the rim.
Amazing to me, she has not scored in double figures in any of the 9 ACC games. Here's Shelton, the freshman. Boy, and it's just not falling right now for the Clemson Tigers.
Watch Nikki Davis. Ball screen. No help. Right to the lane.
Trying to get it inside to Mason. Pass hit the backboard. Six turnovers now, first half for Clemson. Tellier, Harrison will take the deep shot, can't hit that, and Clemson down with the rebound, and Shelton's running. Keela Shelton, a freshman out of Rock Hill. Here's Dunn. Well, she's had some big games for the Tigers. Freshman out of Decatur, Georgia.
Virginia Tech going under every ball screen, and it's a good job defensively of understanding personnel.
Tellier driving over right. And she's fouled. Tellier, the freshman from Charlotte, will go to the free throw line when we come back. Virginia Tech up on the road against Clemson.
The excitement is growing, so join the fun at the 2011 ACC Women's Basketball Tournament. You're there for the game, the fun, and the food. So take advantage of the savings with a family 4-pack. 4 tickets, 4 Pepsis, and a family-sized popcorn, all for just $44. So round up the family or call 3 friends. Tickets available now at Greensboro Coliseum Box Office, Ticketmaster.com, and all Ticketmaster outlets. Come hungry for fun, save with the family 4-pack, and enjoy the best ACC Women's Basketball.
With Food Lion, when you gather friends and family for the big game, around good food, at great prices, you've got reason to celebrate. Food Lion is your neighborhood's home team for savings, with great prices on all your game day favorites. Stop by your neighborhood Food Lion today. Food Lion, good neighbors, great prices.
Hey, would you mind if I asked Sheila out?
Of course not. We broke up 6 months ago. But I don't think she'd go for a guy like...
She said she'd love to. She can't wait to see me. Really? She's wanted me to ask her out for over a year now. She just sent me a video.
Hi, Steven. Can I see that?
Yeah.
Can't wait for a date.
In the network, sparks fly faster. AT&T is getting faster with 4G. Rethink possible.
ACC Women's Basketball is brought to you by Honda of the Carolinas, by AT&T, by BB&T, and by Food Lion. Back in Clemson, South Carolina, the Hokies with the early lead over the Tigers. The Tigers have really started off shooting very poorly. 1 for 10 here to start this game from the field.
But they're 5 for 6 from the free throw line, so they've been doing a good job of attacking Virginia Tech's defense. It's helped them put some points on the board. And remember when we talked about easy scoring opportunities with both of these teams that have struggled this season to score. This is one way for them to manufacture some offense.
Monet Tellier to the line, a freshman from Charlotte, out of East Mecklenburg High School. She was the all-time scoring, rebounding, and steals leader.
I think she has tremendous potential to be a really solid player at Virginia Tech. Good upside. With an off-season of conditioning and skill work, should be a really good contributor for Virginia Tech.
And she's had some big-time games. She had 23 points in a Virginia Tech win over Vanderbilt, which is a good win.
It's a great win, beating Vanderbilt.
Done as she traveled. And Clemson has now gone over 6 minutes without scoring a field goal, but I think find themselves fortunate to be down just 7. Harrison drives by Mason. Good defense by the Tigers. Chancey Dunn, freshman, up with it. Here's Thomas for 3. Air ball.
Yeah, Stephanie Thomas will take some shots that'll make you scratch your head, and then there'll be other times when she gets really hot. That would be one you'd scratch your head on.
She only needs 4 threes to move into 4th place all time in that category. Clemson.
Yeah,
she can shoot it.
She's streaky hog now. She can get hot.
Davis. Nothing doing inside, and Shaniqua Poldo, the junior from Macon, Georgia, down with it. Down to Lindsey Mason, and that breaks the drought. Lindsey Mason, the junior from Woodstock, Georgia, with her first field goal.
Montgomery pointing to get ball pressure while she's sprinting to try to catch up with Mason.
Ella Wilson on the floor for Virginia Tech. She's got the basketball. This is Wilson, the step back, and Poldo, another rebound. Good job on the boards by Shaniqua Poldo. Down low to Mason again. Works once, it works twice.
Back-to-back baskets by Lindsey Mason. Running the floor hard, getting early position in transition.
She's been struggling her last couple of games, Lindsey Mason. There's only 2 for her last 10 from the field, but she's hit her first 2 shots here. Harrison can't hit, and it's Mason the rebound. Mason's had some big-time rebounding games for these Tigers. Thomas going to be fouled by Brittany Montgomery, the freshman.
This is Mason running the floor in transition, calling for the basketball. And it's important for a post player to know exactly where they are when they catch. Great seal, holds the contact. Good pass away from the defense. Clemson right now running some good stuff in their secondary break.
It makes her dad Mike happy. Mike played football at Tennessee early 80s. Big time football player. Stephanie Thomas now with 5 first half points. Has had a good offensive year. And a Hokie turnover here, and Clemson could take the lead with a bucket. Poldo for 3. And Mason the rebound. It was off the hands of Poldo, and I'm not sure that 3 was what Tora Coleman was looking for in that possession.
I don't believe so. When Poldo, though, capable of shooting the transition 3. It's just that they had a little momentum going.
Yeah, 11 for 31 on the year from behind the arc. This is Nikki Davis. Drives past Dunn. Great job by Davis driving to the bucket.
Well, she's had the hot hand early on for Virginia Tech. So that's her 3rd basket. She switches to the right.
Inside again, Mason free underneath. Lindsey Mason now with 6 points off the bench.
Right now, it's Virginia Tech's transition defense. They're not getting back. Clemson's team speed is an advantage right now. The other thing, too, Mike, is that Virginia Tech struggling to make a basket. But Davis scored the last time down. You would have thought that maybe they would have gotten back in time.
Now around the screen and again takes it to the bucket. Nikki Davis playing so aggressive, the senior from Lexington, Kentucky.
When she drives to the basket, it's important for Alyssa Fanine to get back on defensive balance. In the last couple of trips, Davis has gone hard to the paint. You got to make sure you get back in transition defense, and that might be exactly what Coach Dunkenberger is calling Fanine over to discuss with her.
That foul is on Shaniqua Poldo. That is her second. She's coming out of the game. Nikki Davis has just had a tough year from the free throw line, shooting under 50%. As a team in league play, Virginia Tech just 57%. But she shot better than that most of her career.
Look at the hustle play by Davis to get it back.
Boy, nice ball movement, and that is Taylor Ayers with her first points.
Good interior passing by Virginia Tech.
As you can see, Clemson has really started to heat it up a little. 3 of their last 4. Right to Tate. 5 on the shot clock. Davis, Fanine, again to Ayers, and she traveled. Taylor Ayers, the sophomore out of Augusta, has only played briefly in her last 3 games, but making a little impact here in the first half.
Boring chicken? Real blows boring away with Wendy's new Asiago Ranch Chicken Club. Try it with our spicy chicken filet, applewood smoked bacon, and creamy ranch sauce for a bold new taste.
Hi, John.
I was raised in this house, the youngest of 3. Hit the books every day and hit these fields almost every night. Right here, I realized I was given all the opportunities, and I chose the most challenging one. I'm proud to protect my home and yours. My name is Captain John Williams. Detroit is where I'm from. A United States Marine is who I am.
The few, the proud, the Marines.
Before you load up the old fan-mobile with all the game day essentials, head to Motel6.com to book a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain. Go team. We'll leave the light on for you. Official economy lodging partner of sports fans.
I'm Megan, and this is my emergency. When my dance company went on tour, I brought plenty of emergency. With 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C and energizing B vitamins, it made a real difference, especially with 10 shows a week. Emergency. Feel the good.
At Wendy's, we start with a whole russet potato. Naturally, we slice it, then sprinkle it with sea salt and serve it hot and crispy for a taste that's as real as it gets. Wendy's new natural cut fries with sea salt.
You know when it's real.
ACC Women's Basketball is brought to you by Blimpie, by Gatorade, by Geico, and by Pepsi.
Virginia Tech with a 3-point lead inside 7.5 to play. Now hold it right here. Look at Brittany Gordon is wide open. Here comes the help from Lindsey Mason. You've got to drop down and cover the basket. The rotation is slow, late, and it leaves Ayers wide open. Good ball movement by the Hokies.
Clemson last led this game at 7-6. Virginia Tech has been able to hold them off most of the half. Clemson started out horrendous shooting, but boy, they've really picked it up.
Well, they were 1 for 10 to start the game. They are 3 for their last 6. A lot of that is in their transition game, Mike.
They're trying to get it to Mason again down low. That's already the 9th turnover of the game. Still over 7 minutes to play here in the first half.
And Virginia Tech has scored 9 points off those 9 turnovers. Zoned by Clemson off the timeout.
See if they get Davis a shot, who's been hot. It'll be Fanine for 3.
Boy, she has a high arcing jump shot, doesn't she?
You. Virginia Tech, not a very good three-point shooting team. Fanine, 16 for 51 on the year coming in. That foul's on Ayers. That is her second. Brielle Smith is back into the Clemson Lady Tiger lineup.
Foul on the Hokies, number 32, Taylor Ayers. That is her second. Team 6.
Smith now to work against Davis. Here's Tate as the Hokies manning up. And that's going to be foul on Brittany Montgomery, and that'll be the freshman's second.
See, this is how athletic Jasmine Tate is. She takes off and swipes it through from the top of the key with a one dribble move. Not a lot of players can do that. She has really worked on her conditioning and her strength so that she can be a factor on the front line.
Now 4 for 5 from the free throw line.
Watch where she is out here. Top, swipe it through. You don't want to foul there. You want to make sure you contest. Force her to make a play.
Montgomery, who committed the foul, has been seeing a lot more playing time of late.
Especially, Mike, when you force Tate to go left, which is exactly what Beth Dunkenberger, by personnel, wants Montgomery to do.
Montgomery hardly played at all for the last 5 games. Been double-figure minutes.
Switch.
Kick out to Fanine, passed up the shot. Tellier will take it. Here's Davis from the free throw line. And Mason the rebound.
Nikki Davis is just having one of those games, Mike, where you're calling her name out an awful lot. I mean, she's hustling, making some extra effort plays.
Mason an offensive rebound. When Mason rebounds well, again, good things have happened this year for Clemson. She's got 4 rebounds right now.
Virginia Tech showing zone.
Smith for 3. And another offensive rebound for the Tigers. Not able to do anything with it. Clemson now +5, Debbie, in the rebounding count. Davis works around right. Here's Tellier. And she's fouled. Boy, the fouls really starting to pile up here in this first half.
Well, Virginia Tech doing a nice job of looking to attack off the on-ball, reversing the basketball, switching sides of the floor, making Clemson guard in the quarter court. Getting to the free throw line, we know how important that is.
Does not have a field goal in the first half. There's a whistle and a foul, and that should be the 7th team foul on the Tigers.
Look at that frame and the ability to muscle your way to the free throw line. Tellier doing a nice job off the bounce of attacking. That's the one thing I think Virginia Tech has done well early on. They have looked to attack. They're not a team that necessarily plays off the pass. They play more off the bounce.
One Tellier now with 3 points. The freshman, middle of this season, had 5 straight games in double figures, including the 23 against Vanderbilt, 11 against Florida State. She had a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds against Wake Forest. Smith here as the Hokies have led most of the half. Wright can't hit the three. Mason had her hands on it. It was knocked out of bounds. It'll still belong to the Clemson Tigers. Debbie, in those road wins at NC State and at Wake Forest, Lindsey Mason had 9 rebounds in each of those games. Her board work is important.
This is a baseline out of bounds play. Let's see if they score on it.
That answer would be no.
Yeah, the Virginia Tech didn't score on theirs either. Got to keep an eye on that formula, Hog.
Well, we're tracking.
Yeah.
We're tracking. Inside Mason is going to pick up the foul. Brittany Gordon will go to the free throw line. It'll be the first foul on Lindsey Mason.
Shooting two for Virginia Tech, number 23, Brittany Gordon.
Mason has really played her role well off the bench, running the floor hard. Running Main Street, Mike, right down the middle of the floor.
Brittany Gordon with the free throw as Virginia Tech, last Wednesday beating Longwood, broke the longest losing streak in school history at 10 games. So they're back on a winning trend. Mason calling for that ball down in the paint. Here's Wright. Kirsten Wright's first field goal tonight.
Tellier got hung up on a screen. Wright comes off that screen, ready to score.
And that's a travel. Chanel Harrison in the paint. Kenyatta Bedaway into the game for the first time now for the Clemson Tigers, the freshman from Hertford, North Carolina. A 3 would tie it for Clemson. And that is a travel on Kirsten Wright, but she's doing everything she can to get her Tigers back on top in this game. They trail by 3.
ACC fans, follow us. Follow us. Follow us.
ACC fans, follow the crowd to the Greensboro Coliseum Complex, March 3rd through 6th for the ACC Women's Basketball Tournament. Get your tickets now at your favorite ACC ticket office or by visiting Ticketmaster.com. The fight for the conference crown is in Greensboro, March 3rd through 6th, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Character, commitment, excellence. Qualities that lead ACC student athletes to success and a place amongst the nation's best in athletic competition and academic achievement. The official corporate partners of the Atlantic Coast Conference salute these young men and women as they carry on this proud tradition.
She loves to over me, attacking me viciously in the sweet way that's loving to me. Gifts, some diamond rings, a car, that's nothing to me. You send a picture, her mail package, something to me. Her eyes say, lips are soft. It's going to win, they get driven by the false.
Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Virginia Tech on top by 3. One of the reasons the play of Nikki Davis, who has not been in double figures entire ACC season and has 7 right now.
Well, Mike, you mentioned her back in the starting lineup tonight. She wants to keep that position. She has been terrific off the bounce. Her ability to knock down threes and get to the free throw line. She has been attacking the middle of that Clemson defense. She's got 7 points in 14 minutes and only 1 turnover in running the offense for Virginia Tech.
She is 3rd in the ACC in assists this year. And the big news for her is she has not been shooting well at all. She hadn't hit a 3 in 3 straight games, but her first shot a 3-pointer here tonight. Amazing, each team with just 1 3. Clemson 1 for 8. Virginia Tech 1 for 6 from behind the arc. There's a steal by Wright. She anticipated the pass. It would have counted. Kirsten will go to the line.
Kirsten Wright, Mike, great anticipation and that length in the passing lane. Monet Tellier telegraphs, and that pass is too long and too flat. Therefore, Wright has the ability to jump out into the lane and shoot the gap.
I mentioned that Kirsten Wright has improved all of her numbers this year over her career at Clemson, particularly free throw shooting, 82% on the season. 3 for 3 here tonight. Here's Harrison. That's a 2-foot on the line.
Good job by Fanine to attack the baseline and for Harrison to fill behind. Almost fill behind. It was pretty close.
Brielle Smith in some trouble. And a possession arrow on the held ball to Virginia Tech.
Fanine, watch her drive hard. And Harrison gets into her vision in some space where she can get her shot off.
Here's Fanine. She's not had a lot of open looks. Tellier not shy at all.
Tellier's knocked down a couple of baskets.
And she had not been shooting well before tonight. After those 5 straight games of double figures, Tellier had gone 0 for 9 against Georgia Tech, 1 for 9 against North Carolina, 1 for 11 against Boston College. It seems to have found her touch back here tonight, and there's a steal. It's Tellier who's really turned up her game.
Shoot the gap.
The freshman from Charlotte has 8 points. And Virginia Tech now its largest lead of the game at 8.
Trapping ball screens. Oh, I thought she traveled.
Thomas. And hit the 3. Mason, another rebound.
Oh, Virginia Tech really changing up their defensive look. Watch Monet Tellier do a great job of shoot the gap right here. Kirsten Wright has been coming off those screens and curling most of the time, and Tellier that time read it perfectly.
And Lindsey Mason with 6 points off the bench. Goes to the line, also has 6 rebounds. What a whale of the first half. Nancy Dunn back in for Clemson. Mason missed them both.
Both teams have gone 9 deep in the first half.
Both teams have gone for periods of time where they have really struggled shooting the basketball. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Here come the Tigers.
I think Virginia Tech's running good stuff. They just haven't been able to knock down some shots.
Thomas, good pass to Tate.
Good execution by Clemson that time. You get a piece of the paint on penetration, and the bigs move into your vision.
Down at the other end, Tellier. I think she's feeling it. Had it taken away from her that time. Inside Tate again. Boy, Debbie, Clemson has had some easy layups in this first half.
Well, Harrison gets caught on the high side. And Tate did a great job of sealing and holding off Harrison and keeping that position till the ball was over her head. It's exactly how you're supposed to operate on a lob.
Tate with 8 first half points. We're under a minute to play in the first half. And again, Virginia Tech can't get it to go. Oh, nice pass to Dunn. But you got to finish. Wright had a great no-look.
Clemson's done most of their damage in their transition game.
Final 30 seconds of the first half. Five on the shot clock. And Fanine travels.
30-second timeout.
Clemson's called a 30-second timeout. The shot clock is off. 22.4 seconds left in the half. Debbie, Virginia Tech led 28-20. And now Clemson has a chance to make this a one-possession game here at halftime.
I think the transition game and the post play of Clemson have been part of the reason why they've been able to dig back in. Lindsey Mason off the bench, terrific early on. A couple of nice moves inside and her ability to get into vision off the penetration. And then Jasmine Tate has scored the last couple of baskets for Clemson, all in transition. It's their secondary break that's been working for them.
6.6 rebounds for Lindsey Mason. She had 8 rebounds Thursday in the last game Clemson played, which was a loss to North Carolina, 60-47. Clemson's lost 2 in a row after beating Virginia on January 30th. Clemson can play for the final shot here in the first half. Dunn on the drive, the reverse won't go. Hokies will get a shot at it. Fanon. And she traveled again. 3.1 seconds left.
I didn't think that was travel. I just think she took off too far away from the basket.
Right at the buzzer. A good effort.
She hit one of those today at shoot-around.
That one looked on target there. Kirsten Wright, the senior who had a big impact here in this first half. The Tigers close it to 4, and I think, Debbie, that the end of the half, the run by Clemson was very, very big when Virginia Tech took their largest lead of the game at 28-20, and here comes Clemson back. So they've got to feel good going to the locker room.
Well, you want to get a little momentum before you go into the locker room, but for Clemson, it's their ability to run the floor hard, score before Virginia Tech sets up their defense. I think the Hokies have done a nice job in their quarter-court defensively. And on the offensive end, I think Virginia Tech has run some good stuff. They just got to start making some shots.
Yeah, the shooting from that half-court offense just hasn't gone, but in transition, that's where they've been able to take this 4-point lead.
I think Virginia Tech needs to continue to attack. They've been very good off the bounce. They're getting into the middle of that Clemson defense, and they're going to start making plays. They've got to make some shots, and if they continue to run the good stuff that they're running, they will.
Well, we expected a close game, and that's exactly what we've got. 28-24 here at the break. The Virginia Tech Hokies over the Clemson Tigers. We're back with our halftime activities in a moment.
Good morning. What can I get you?
Morning. I will have 1 square inch of waffle with 3 drops of syrup.
Okay.
Give me a super thin piece of ham, and a quarter strip of bacon. Super thin piece of ham.
Could I have a third of an egg over easy with 1 bite of hash browns?
You wouldn't eat like this in a restaurant. Why do it in a fast food place? The Hearty Breakfast Platter with bacon, eggs, hash browns, and a biscuit. New at Hardee's.
We were about to lose 237 teaching positions in Durham Public Schools. These are my neighbors. These are my friends. So losing those jobs was personal. When we shortchange our children by having them in overcrowded classrooms, they don't get the education that they deserve. The funds generated by the North Carolina Education Lottery helped to save teaching positions in Durham. It is actually helping to make our schools better for our children.
Luxurious fabrics, distinctive details, famous designers. This week only at Men's Warehouse. It's buy one, get one free on everything in the store. Buy one, get one free on everything.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Imagine actually meeting the people who share what's most important to you. Now through the end of February, you can, for free. Let eHarmony expertly match you, then get to know your matches using our guided communication, free through February at eHarmony.com.
Sometimes I never want to see you again.
Other times?
There are no other times.
Wednesday.
This isn't a punishment detail. You need an assignment.
We going to the doctor or rodeo?
Surprised he hadn't transferred you all the trouble you've drawn.
Oh, you think I draw it?
Oh, you think you don't.
U.S. Marshals, drop your weapon.
Back with an all-new season. Justified, all new Wednesday at 10, only on FX.
It's great to have you with us for what should be a heck of a game.
Your teams,
Have mercy!
your networks.
The star power in this game is immense.
Your home for college basketball is Fox Sports South and Sports South. The biggest conferences, the loudest fans, the intense rivalries. It all happens here on your home for college basketball. Amazing. Fox Sports South and Sports South.
Okay, on the one hand, we came up with hand-breaded chicken tenders first, so they've got that going for them. On the other hand, we came up with hand-breaded chicken tender wrappers, so that's something new to think about. Let's review. On the one hand, moist hand-breaded white meat chicken. On the other hand, moist hand-breaded white meat chicken, but in a wrap. Yep, when it comes to making a decision, you've got your hands full. Introducing hand-breaded chicken tender wrappers, new at Hardee's.
You can end your struggle with obesity and become a newer, more active you. To find out if weight loss surgery is right for you, contact the St. Joseph Center for Weight Loss Surgery today.
Women's college basketball history.
And Debbie, we still got a ways to go to find out who the top seed is going to be in this tournament, which will be determined obviously over the next couple of weeks. If you would like to join us there, log on to theacc.com, 336-373-7529. The number to call. And if you asked me to pick who the number one seed was going to be, you'd have to say, okay, Duke's in the driver's seat, but I'm not so sure that that's the way it's going to be when we get to Greensboro.
Well, Duke has got quite a game this week. They've got to go up to Maryland and play, and that's not going to be an easy task for them. And Miami with back-to-back wins over ranked teams this week. It's the first time that's ever happened for Miami, and Katie Meyer has done a fantastic job. I think she's going to be Coach of the Year in the league. I mean, she's already got my vote. But I can't imagine what the tournament will be like when 5 or 6 teams will be ranked, and there will be some upsets, so it should be a really fun event.
Well, you mentioned that Duke-Maryland game. Maryland's going to be angry. I mean, really angry. Let's take a look at Thursday's AT&T schedule, and you see that Duke-Maryland game. But we got some good games coming up on Thursday.
Well, Miami and Boston College. Boston College in dire need of a quality win, or they're slipping out of the NCAA tournament picture pretty quickly unless they can win the ACC tournament. I think that will be an interesting game. And, of course, the Duke-Maryland, that is always a wonderful rivalry inside the ACC.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, Brenda Freese is going to have Maryland. It's going to be a tough week of practice for Maryland.
Well, coming off the Virginia loss will be one thing, but if you recall that game between Duke and Maryland the first time, Maryland turned it over 3 times in the last minute and a half inside the last minute and a half of the game, and Duke was able to pull away, and Jasmine Thomas made some super plays. So we'll see. Maryland, that Comcast Center will be jumping. You know that.
Yeah, you do. Hard to believe the final weeks, the stretch run of the season is upon us, but indeed it is. Virginia Tech Hokies are out on top. Alyssa Fanon's got 4 first-half points.
At BB&T, we've spent more than 135 years sharing our knowledge, helping clients manage their finances, become better informed, and head in a brighter financial direction. Know how it feels to know more.
And ACC fans, enter the BB&T $1 Million Bank Shot Challenge, and you could win $1 million at the 2011 ACC Men's Basketball Tournament. Enter today at bbt.com/ACC. BB&T, official bank of the ACC.
Gatorade Product Analysis, O2 Perform. Initiate rehydration. Sustain performance. Finish strong. The original Gatorade, part of the G Series.
Welcome back to Geico Radio. It's savings on the radio.
Kate from Mill Valley. It's all yours.
Well, I'm shopping for my first car.
Nice. I do hope you'll choose Geico, save a good bit of cash.
Oh, what color is the car? I bet you look great in a blue car.
No. Actually, I'm torn between a fuel-injected inline-6 and a higher-torque turbo diesel.
Yeah, that's quite a quandary. I mean, of course, you could save either way.
Yeah, but is one of them blue? Because I go with the blue one.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
When you walk on Clemson's campus, you just feel like the Clemson spirit.
I think determined spirit characterizes the caliber of people that comes to Clemson.
We want to be better. We want to take ourselves further. Great academics with a good life at the same time.
It's the best decision I've ever made.
It's a community, and everyone here is a friend.
It's like a family. It's like the Clemson family.
Clemson University has a determined spirit because they want to excel in every single thing possible.
With Food Lion, when you gather friends and family for the big game, around good food, at great prices, you've got reason to celebrate. Food Lion is your neighborhood's home team for savings, with great prices on all your game day favorites. Stop by your neighborhood Food Lion today. Food Lion, good neighbors, great prices.
We are Fox Sports South.
ACC Women's Basketball is brought to you by Blimpie, by Gatorade, by Geico, and by Pepsi. Nobody on either team in double figures in a low-scoring first half here. Virginia Tech on top of Clemson 28-24. Debbie, both coaches played 9 players in the first half, trying to find somebody to give a little spark on offense.
Looking for some rhythm. Neither team really turning the ball over very much. So transition opportunities and those easy scoring opportunities that we referred to early in the game, so critical. Alyssa Fanine scored a couple of baskets late for Virginia Tech. Again, their ability to go off the bounce and to attack the middle of that Clemson defense is important.
Yeah, she's coming off a game for 9 where she had 11 points, 8 rebounds against Longwood. You take a look at the first half stats. Clemson did, plain and simple, did not shoot the ball well, and I think they're fortunate now just to be down 4 points.
And Jasmine Tate was very good in the latter stages of the first half. Her ability to get to that left hand and knock down some shots on that block. She was terrific in making herself available, particularly in transition.
Yeah, but they're going to need Tate to score. They're going to need Kirsten Wright to score. They've got to hit some shots. They've got to shoot better than 26% to win this game in the second half.
Yeah, but you're right about one thing, Mike. They're only down 4, and they haven't shot it well, and they have turned it over a little bit more than Virginia Tech has. So if they could find a way to get some easy scoring, to get to the free throw line, to continue to attack and transition.
I believe that was your key to the game, wasn't it?
I think so. So long ago, I can't remember.
Debbie, right on it as usual. We'll be back. More halftime. Hokies are up 4.
Nothing beats sports fans in Charlotte, and nothing beats the high-octane family fun at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And now you can get it all at the Hall with the NASCAR Hall of Fame Family Weekend Sweepstakes. Just text HALL to SOUTH. That's HALL to 76884. Or enter online at foxsportssouth.com. You could win a VIP family weekend in Charlotte, including 2 nights at the Westin, dinner at Ruth's Chris, courtside seats to a Charlotte Bobcats game, and annual passes to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Enter right now and get it all at the Hall.
Hey, would you mind if I asked Sheila out?
Of course not. We broke up 6 months ago. But I don't think she'd go for a guy like...
She said she'd love to. She can't wait to see me. Really? She's wanted me to ask her out for over a year now. She just sent me a video.
Hi, oh, can I see that?
Yeah.
Can't wait for a date.
In the network, sparks fly faster. AT&T is getting faster with 4G. Rethink possible.
Here's to everyone on the mountain. To the people who came together to create the next great flavor of Mountain Dew. To the ones with the passion to spread the word. More than 1 million of you stood up and made your choice clear. Dew fans across America, your voice has been heard. A new flavor of Mountain Dew, built by Dew fans for Dew fans. Introducing Mountain Dew Whiteout, a blast of smooth citrus and the newest member of the Dew family. Mountain Dew, it's different on the mountain.
Get ready to go coast to coast in a college hoops triple header. First, it's ACC Sunday Night Hoops when North Carolina State battles Jordan Williams and Maryland. And Georgia Tech looks to do the unthinkable, upset Nolan Smith and Duke. Then, in the Pac-10, Reeves Nelson leads UCLA against Harper Camp and Cal. It's a college basketball triple header Sunday. Speed
takes you onto the set of its brand new series, Car Warriors.
We are here on the Car Warriors set, and this thing is massive.
Junkers are going to be turned into works of art.
This is the parts cage, where our Car Warrior teams are getting all the parts they need.
You always have to watch your back here.
The Car Warriors set is every man's dream garage on steroids.
2 teams, 72 hours, in a battle building 2 supercars from scratch. Car Warriors premieres next week on
Being the best internet provider means having the fastest speeds, and no one dominates like Insight. Now, in addition to our already fast Broadband 10.0 and even faster Broadband 20.0, we've added new Broadband 30.0 and the fastest download speed ever, Broadband 50.0, to the fastest family in town. Choose the speed that's right for you. Call 1-866-99-INSIGHT. The future is here. The future is coming.
The yellowfin tuna and the ribeye steak. Great choice.
Happy anniversary, darling.
Happy anniversary, honey.
And the ribeye steak.
Madame, the yellowfin tuna.
Here's the check whenever you're ready. Oh, can I wrap that for you?
Not everything should be as fast as internet from Insight. With maximum speeds of 10 to 50 meg, we're up to 4 times faster than Windstream. Insight Broadband. It's the fastest.
Character, commitment, excellence. Qualities that lead ACC student athletes to success and a place amongst the nation's best in athletic competition and academic achievement. The official corporate partners of the Atlantic Coast Conference salute these young men and women as they carry on this proud tradition.
It starts with the people, goes through the process, but ends with the details. At Autobell Car Wash, choose from full service or just a quick exterior wash and dry. People can tell when you Autobell.
Ever wonder who's searching for you?
5 people searching for me? Oh, goody.
Go to mylife.com, the internet's leading people search site. Just type in your name and see if someone is searching for you for free.
Could be my old client. Maybe he wants me back.
At mylife.com, there are millions of unclaimed messages. You could have messages waiting for you right now. Go to mylife.com, type in your name, and see if someone is searching for you right now for free.
Clean your car inside and out at Autobell Car Wash. Keep the shine and protect your car's finish. Autobell Car Wash. Cleans, shines, and protects your car in just minutes. Visit autobell.com for a location near you.
And we're ready to go with the second half. Virginia Tech and Clemson. Mike Hogwood, Debbie Antonelli, glad to have you with us on a Monday night. The Clemson Tigers, Debbie will remind everybody, started this game 1 for 10. Certainly they can't start the second half that way.
Not if they want to win.
Right, they picked it up. And is the reason they trail by only 4 here.
Well, Shaniqua Paldo didn't really bring the kind of production that we anticipated she would bring.
Got 2 fouls early.
Yeah, and Nia Evans, same thing for Virginia Tech with 2 fouls early.
Well, that's a good start for the Tigers. Stephanie Thomas. Good, 7 points.
Good poise, nice patience. Good adjustment by Toro Coleman to get her team to settle in. And then get a steal. Right again.
And how about giving it right back? And right back again. Hokies got the steal back, but Harrison lost it out of bounds. It doesn't make Beth Dunkenberger happy.
No slip by Paldo.
It's tough to stop down low. There's Jasmine Tate. Tate, who finished so strong in the first half, fouled, and she'll go to the line.
On the slip by Paldo, Virginia Tech rotates over to help, and that allows Tate a lane to offensive rebound. She has been terrific using that frame around the rim.
That foul was on Nia Evans, the freshman who got the start here tonight, and that is her third foul. Jasmine Tate now 4 for 7 from the line.
One shot, players.
Jasmine, the senior out of Birmingham, Alabama. Takes one of 2. Now a little pressure from the Tigers. Good job by Thomas. Another one of the seniors on this team to get a hand on it.
3 seniors in the starting lineup for Clemson. Zone by Clemson.
Boy, the Tigers have come out aggressive defensively. Thomas almost with a steal there.
And a little sloppy by Virginia Tech. Making passes off the bounce, making one-handed passes.
Here's Davis, who had a good first half and gets a great start here. That's her second 3 of the game.
Not only did she need it individually for her own confidence, but Virginia Tech needed somebody that could score outside the arc.
She's now in double figures for the first time in ACC play this year. Brielle Smith on the drive.
A good skip by Paldo.
And Davis quickly down the other end. Nice feed and one. Nikki Davis running the break.
Great look off by Davis. Harrison running the lane hard. Makes Stephanie Thomas commit.
Thomas picks up her second foul. Clemson crawled to within 1. Skip pass to Wright. Kirsten Wright's first 3. Wright leads this team in so many categories. Davis was not even looking for that pass from Fanon.
Davis was trying to communicate something to Harrison on the inside and totally didn't see that pass coming. It almost hit her right in the numbers. She wishes it probably would have hit her in the numbers, Hog. That way they would have kept it in bounds.
Wright trying again for 3, can't get it. Paldo, the offensive rebound, and now here comes Davis. Davis, a great ball hand. Scramble around for that loose ball.
Now Virginia Tech's in a position right here where they have a chance to win this game on the road. They've got to sharpen up, tighten up. You don't make a pass if you think you can get there. You got to make a pass knowing it can get there.
Davis and Harrison are going to come out.
I mean, Beth Dunkenberger and her staff were very thorough in shoot-around today with exactly what they anticipated and what they thought Clemson would do. And they have been right on to this point. So their game planning was terrific.
Paldo missed everything, but Tate is right there. And now it's Ayers down with the rebound. Monet Tellier is into the Tech lineup. She had a whale of a first half. 8 points. This is Ariel Wilson. Five on the shot clock for the Hokies to shoot. That did not hit the rim. Still didn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation will give it back to the Tigers. Both teams started out pretty hot here in the second half, and then it's gotten a little sloppy. Clemson just 2 for 8 from the field here in the second half. Make it 2 for 9. Brittany Gordon strong with the rebound for the Hokies.
Good job by Fanon to come back and help.
And Fanon to Ayers. Ayers fouled by Paldo. That'll be the third foul on Shaniqua Paldo. And it'll send Taylor Ayers to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Hokies holding on here, up
3. Boring chicken? Real blows boring away with Wendy's new Asiago Ranch Chicken Club. Try it with our spicy chicken filet, applewood smoked bacon, and creamy ranch sauce for a bold new taste.
I'm Megan, and this is my emergency. When my dance company went on tour, I brought plenty of emergency. With 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C and energizing B vitamins, it made a real difference, especially with 10 shows a week. Emergency. Feel the good.
In sports, when the little guy wins, it's called an upset. When the little guy gets a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain, that's Motel 6. Schooled ya? We'll leave the light on for you. Official economy lodging partner of basketball fans.
At Wendy's, we start with a whole russet potato. Naturally, we slice it, then sprinkle it with sea salt and serve it hot and crispy for a taste that's as real as it gets. Wendy's new natural cut fries with sea salt.
You know when it's real.
It's great to have you with us for what should be a heck of a game.
Your teams.
Have mercy!
Your networks.
The star power in this game is immense.
Your home for college basketball is Fox Sports South and Sports South. The biggest conferences, the loudest fans, the intense rivalries. It all happens here on your home for college basketball. Amazing. Fox Sports South and Sports South. We are Fox Sports South.
Now the Clemson head football coach, Dabo Swinney, in the house. Got his bucket of popcorn ready to go, and he should be relaxing. He had a great recruiting year for Clemson, a top 10 in the country recruiting class. So congratulations to Dabo, who, Debbie, I will tell you, there are some really great people that you meet in sports, and he is one of them. He is just as fine a person you ever want to meet. You see him interacting with students, coming to the women's basketball games. He is just such a huge part of this Clemson community.
How many times do you think he's heard a student say, Coach, I'm a big fan of yours. Do you mind if I get my picture taken with you?
A lot, and he never cares how many times he's just one of the most humble, down-to-earth guys. That guy's going to have a picture. Will be hanging on his wall there.
I don't know why he set the popcorn down. He was going at a pretty good rate there.
Well, it's good to have Dabo and Little John tonight. Taylor Ayers with 4 points. She has not played a lot in the last 3 games. Missed the Georgia Tech game with head pain. Since then, she's only played a couple of minutes.
Been a lot of concussions this year. It's the year of the concussion.
I mean, I'm glad everybody's being careful. Inside Tate. That's a nice drive and a pass to Jasmine Tate.
I don't know how that pass got through there. Dunn snuck it in there. Tate's been pretty good.
In double figures with 11 points. Clemson's still down 3. That will belong to Virginia Tech.
Watch the penetration right here. Gordon's got to step up for help, and Fanine is late and dropping down. It's one thing to get that first rotation. The second rotation is usually the one that gets you.
Inside Gordon, Thomas down with it. Here's Wright. Nice drive by Wright. Inside Tate again and one. Jasmine Tate. 13 points. And you know what else Jasmine Tate has done here tonight? She's got 6 rebounds. She's passed her coach, Etoro Coleman, for 15th all time as a rebounder.
Look at that drop off by Kirsten Wright, and Tate doing a great job of getting in her vision. I've got Paldo on my mind because she has not scored, and I expected that Shaniqua Paldo would have the capability of having a big night with her frame against Virginia Tech's front line.
She's been in foul trouble much of the night. Tate nails the free throw. That's her new season high of 14. She had 13 points in the win on the road at NC State. So a big night tonight for Jasmine Tate, who has tied the game at 35. It's our first tie since early in the game.
See if Nikki Davis can keep the hot hand here.
Hokies led by 4 at halftime. The Tigers have come back here to tie it. Harrison.
Well, I think it's important for Virginia Tech to knock down some shots. What Clemson has done in going to the zone, as Toro Coleman saw the same thing I did. Virginia Tech beating them off the bounce and beating them in their pick and roll game. You go to zone and force them to hit shots on the outside where they struggle.
Lindsey Mason just into the game, picks up where she left off. She's got 8 points, and we're tied again.
Between Tate and Mason, they have been more productive inside than Virginia Tech's front line.
Kirsten Wright just picked up her second foul.
Again, a little bit of high-low game and a little face-up jump shot by Lindsey Mason, something we have not seen her do yet tonight. She's done everything else.
Here's Harrison, hit a shot a moment ago. That is blocked by Mason. What a game Lindsey Mason is playing here tonight for Clemson. Thomas. Kick out to Wright for 3. Front iron wouldn't go, but Virginia Tech just threw it right back to Clemson. And again, the Tigers can take the lead on a shot here. Just have not been able to get that big timely bucket. Davis drives it to the bucket.
Nice floater.
12 points now for Nikki Davis. Her season high 16 against William & Mary. Tell you what, Debbie, Lindsey Mason has really given this Clemson team a spark off the bench.
Mike, she's running the floor hard. She's active block to block. You got pretty good footwork and good hands for a 6'4" player. And as a junior, she brings some experience to ACC play. When you got a shot blocker like Mason, you don't need to bring any help to the low block. Not only does she block it, but she saves it to get the break going, and she gets rewarded on the other end.
I mentioned Lindsey mostly a rebounder off the bench, but she has been a scorer tonight now with 9 points to go along with 8 rebounds. 2 blocks as well for Mason.
Virginia Tech doing a nice job of making the adjustment against the 2-2-1. Instead of trying to dribble through it or make that flat pass back and forth, they're looking vertically and trying to attack.
That foul was on Mason. That is her second. And Chanel Harrison shaking that wrist a little bit. She fell pretty hard. She's now got 10 points.
Well, she's been their leading scorer this season.
Now in double figures, 8 of her last 10 games. Harrison, the junior from Washington, D.C. Clemson has been able to tie it, but they have not been able to take the lead here in the second half. Three-pointer won't go from Shelton.
Look at Evans get up and get that board.
Tellier on the drive. She stepped on the inline, I believe. Ball go back to Clemson. Right there. And Outlaw right on it.
Yeah, right on it.
Chancey Dunn, the freshman, and that's over and back.
Yeah, Dunn's got to establish herself in the front court. It's a good call.
Third Clemson turnover here in the second half. Virginia Tech with 7 second-half turnovers. But they've still been able to maintain the lead. They've got 17 turnovers on the game. Make it 18. To Virginia Tech. Both teams have come up empty last couple of possessions, but the Hokies holding on to the lead.
Join the crowd for the great family fun at the 2011 ACC Women's Basketball Tournament. They're big, they're fuzzy, they're fun. It's Mascot Night at the Greensboro Coliseum, featuring your favorite ACC mascots. But come early, Fan Fest starts 2 hours before tip-off with games, entertainment, and more. An entire evening of fun for the entire family. Mascot Night, Friday, March 4th at the Greensboro Coliseum. Tickets available at the Greensboro Coliseum box office, Ticketmaster.com, and all Ticketmaster outlets. Sponsored by Food Lion.
Gatorade product analysis, O2 Perform. Initiate rehydration. Sustain performance. Finish strong. The original Gatorade, part of the G Series.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does it take two to tango?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Clemson still not shooting well as we take a look at our Geico game summary. Jasmine Tate, a season high. 18 turnovers for Virginia Tech.
Well, they had 10 at the break. I thought they did a nice job of taking care of the basketball in the first half. But they've had 8 here in the first 8 minutes of the second half. And sloppy, not forced turnovers by Clemson.
You know, one of the reasons Clemson's within close shouting distance here is offensive rebounding, Debbie. 12-5, the number there, plus 7 on the side of the Tigers. They've been able to go after the glass and get second shots.
With Paldo in foul trouble, Tate and Mason have carried the bulk of the front line work for Clemson. I guess they've gone to the zone, and I think the zone has taken away a little bit of Virginia Tech's aggressiveness in the quarter court.
Here's Davis. Shot clock's under 10. Quinana Petaway got a hand on it. There's 6 seconds left on the shot clock now for the Hokies.
This would be a baseline out of bounds play. There you go, Hogg. It's 2 points.
That's a blob, right?
That's a blob.
And the first points for Nia Evans. If you weren't with us at the beginning of the broadcast, get Debbie to explain to you again the slobs and the blobs are the keys tonight.
Whoever in this formula scored the most points, I thought would win the game. Blobs, baseline out of bounds plays, plus slobs, sideline out of bounds, plus made free throws.
Well, the Hokies, thanks to that out of bounds play. There's another steal. But they don't finish the layup. Fanine. Open, didn't take it. Now she will. Well, she does put that ball up in the air. Thomas the other way.
So, Mike, I'm going to go back to the formula, okay? Lobs, slobs, and free throw made. Right now, it's 16-12, Virginia Tech.
And I look at the scoreboard, and the Hokies are on top of your formula.
So let's see let's see how it works.
Brittany Gordon down with the rebound for Virginia Tech. There's a lid's gone on that bucket for Clemson last couple of times down.
Kirsten Wright on Nikki Davis as Harris banks it in.
Bank is open.
But Toro Coleman switched right, a longer defender on Davis. Let's see if she'll stay on her the next trip as they played man the last possession.
Debbie, this is the largest lead of this half for Virginia Tech. Now it's 7. And Clemson's cold shooting continues. Tellier.
Oh, that's a tough basket right there by Tellier, the freshman. First of all, the catch was behind her, and then the finish with a little bit of contact.
And that is now the largest lead of the game for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Trying to get their first win in ACC play. Trying to do it on the road. They're on a 10-1 run against the Tigers.
Imagine spending your time actually meeting the people who share what's most important to you. Well, now through the end of February, you can, for free. First, let eHarmony expertly match you to the people you're already compatible with at the deepest levels. Then, really get to know all your matches using our guided communication and see who's truly right for you. Free through February. Start communicating, start connecting. Free now through February at eHarmony.com.
You must be the new kid.
I am. I'm in the Name Your Own Price division. I find empty hotel rooms and help people save
Up to 60% off. I'm familiar. Your name?
Naomi Price.
What other negotiating skills you have?
I'm a 5th degree black belt.
As am I.
I'm fluent in 37 languages. And I'm a master of disguise.
As am I.
As am I.
As am I.
As am I.
Well played, Naomi Price.
We are Fox Sports South.
Virginia Tech Hokies are up 9, largest lead of the game. Let's take a look now at our Wendy's fast break play of the game.
Tellier with a strip and steal, shoots the gap and finishes. Another look. The freshman off the bench doing a great job of taking some defense and turning it into some offense for Beth Dunkenberger's club.
She's now in double figures with 10 points. She's found her scoring touch again, and that's good news for Virginia Tech. Clemson has only hit 3 of their last 11 shots. This is getting to be, I think, a danger time here, Debbie. Down 9 points and really not able to muster much offense.
I like Virginia Tech changing up their defense right here too, Hog, so that they make Clemson work into the shot clock. But Harrison fouls with 8 seconds on the shot clock. That's not something that Coach Dunkenberger wanted.
So a fresh 30 for the Tigers. Here's Wright. To Tate inside. Tate's having a career night. And she will go back to the free throw line. Debbie, Jasmine Tate is 6 for 9 from the free throw line. No Clemson player has been to the line this season more than 9 times in one game.
That's a good nugget, Hog.
Well, it shows that Jasmine Tate's working hard inside.
That's right.
Now 7 for 10 from the line. 15 points. New ACC high tonight for Jasmine Tate. Tigers, here's Wright for three. That's a big one. Kirsten Wright for three, and the Tigers are clawing their way back.
I like this adjustment right here by Clemson and Toro Coleman to put Wright on Davis, see if it'll slow her down some.
Fanine to Tellier. They know she's got the hot hand. Smart play by Fanine. Had a shot, passed it up.
That's why Clemson was in the zone early on, but now they got to come out of the zone and play man, and I think Virginia Tech has a chance to extend their lead.
Wright for three again. Good job by Mason to tip it out. Wright the rebound.
Look at her rebound in traffic.
I'm telling you, the offensive rebounding for Clemson has been big time here tonight. I think it's still going to be Clemson's basketball. 8:07 left. Offensive rebounding way in the favor of the Clemson Tigers. Look at the offense. Look at those numbers. 16-5 on the offensive glass.
Well, they would have a chance to get more offensive rebounds because they've missed more shots than Virginia Tech has. But with all the offensive rebounds that Clemson has, they've only outscored Virginia Tech 6-2 on the offensive glass. So
let's take a look again at what's upcoming in the ACC, our AT&T schedule update. Duke and Maryland, that's the game I'm really going to be excited to keep an eye on.
That is always a good one. We'll be keeping a close eye on that one. I'm also anxious to see the Miami-Boston College game. We had that game the first time on our air, and Miami won that game at home. It was a close game. But Jacqueline Tolman played well against Duke yesterday. She's going to have to play well against those Miami guards who are just tenacious.
How about Kirsten Wright? Oh, a little up and under from Kirsten. You know, sometimes a shot like that will give a team some momentum. Look at Wright take it down, up, under, up for two. Wright to the bucket, trying to lead her team back against the Hokies.
Can I buy you a drink?
Sure. How about my friends?
Suddenly short on cash? Good thing there's the big box lunch. All this stuff for only $5. New at Hardee's. Nothing beats hand-breaded chicken tenders dipped in buttermilk and fried to perfection. Until now. Introducing hand-breaded chicken tender wrappers. New at Hardee's.
Imagine actually meeting the people who share what's most important to you. Now through the end of February, you can, for free. Let eHarmony expertly match you, then get to know your matches using our guided communication, free through February at eHarmony.com.
I'm Jessica, and this is my emergency. Keeping up with the kids is always tough, especially on a road trip. So I brought Emergency. Packed with 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C and energizing B vitamins, it got me through the trip and even the ketchup fiasco. Emergency. Feel the good.
With every great TV show comes a great theme song, something you hum along to. MASH, Seinfeld, Oprah, Third Rock from the Sun.
Hello, Danny, my young friend. It's time to start the show again.
Dan and the Danettes won't desert you. Never gonna miss, never gonna miss.
That's a lot of talent in one room.
Dan!
I think I made the right choice.
Patrick!
Kirsten Wright now with 13 points for Clemson. And Debbie, this was quite a play. Our Gatorade play of the game.
Watch this right here. Take the baseline, draw the help. Find a way to make an acrobatic circus shot right after she had just made a three. So good. We got to take one more look at it. Nice. See how that's rim, body, ball. Can't block that, Hog.
Well, she's been key for this team. Double figures now in 5 straight games. And she's playing a lot of minutes. She's averaging right at 34 minutes a game over her last 3 games, and is going to hit that number again. That's a 5-second call. Mistake by the Hokies.
Yeah, coming off the timeout. Just got to cut sharper. Nikki Davis couldn't find an open receiver.
Hokies have led by as many as 9 here in the second half. The Tigers trying to swing the momentum, and Mason's going to help them do it.
Oh, Mason really being aggressive tonight, seeking offense.
11 points for Lindsey Mason, 9 rebounds. What a game. Wright almost got the steal. For 9. The no-look pass.
Boy, she's been good.
3 threes tonight for Nikki Davis. This is obviously her, by far, best game in ACC play. Thomas.
Oh, great help inside by Tellier. Good rotation.
Inside, Gordon. Evans there for the rebound. Thomas with the foul.
Watch the skip pass here by Evans. Davis spots up. 3 triples in the game for the senior.
When you consider she had not made a 3 in 3 straight games before tonight.
Mike, you and I yesterday in Chapel Hill watching that excellent guard play of Miami. And when you have good guard play, you can go on the road and win. Virginia Tech getting excellent guard play to counter the interior play of Clemson.
And they've gotten great play off the bench from Monet Tellier. Davis again. And Paldo back in the game, down with the rebound. Inside, Mason lost the handle. Here's Thomas. Thomas just 2 for 11 in this game. She has not been able to hit her shot. Under 10 on the shot clock now. Paldo. She can hit from that range.
Yeah, she's got to be a little bit cold. It's hard for big girls to sit over there that long and then come in. And she got to get a little sweat going before she starts shooting, because, see, right there, she can't get out and cover Evans at the high post.
Now, Evans has been in foul trouble much of this game, just back in now with 4 points.
I was really looking forward to seeing Evans play. I've heard a lot from the Virginia Tech coaching staff about how she's developing.
Coming off that game against Longwood, the win by the Hokies, where she had 10 points. Right, off balance. Last touch by Mason. Under 5.5 to play now, 5:23 to go. And Virginia Tech has been able to hold on so far here on the road.
You've got to play to win if you're Virginia Tech. You cannot start standing around and getting passive. You got to stay aggressive on the offensive end. Clemson back in their zone.
And that's a turnover. We were tied at 37 with 14:06 to go in the game. And then Virginia Tech goes on a little spurt, and they've been able to hold on to it.
Good deflection inside.
Here comes Nikki Davis. Tellier open for a moment. Now decides to drive and the kick out to Fanon. There's 3 seconds. And another Hokie turnover. They've had 22 of them in this game tonight.
Back-to-back turnovers. Clemson certainly getting their opportunity.
Keila Shelton into the game, the freshman from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Shelton, by the way, only player on this Clemson team who hails from the state of South Carolina. She's got the basketball. And a shot, hit it. First points tonight for Keila Shelton.
Look at Wright trying to make a play.
Harrison hangs on to it. She's going to take it all the way and score.
That's a
Chanel Harrison.
Great take. A defender on her hip, and she finishes with contact.
I'll give Virginia Tech credit. Clemson gets a punch in, and Virginia Tech punches right back. We got 4 minutes left to play. Right for 3. Been a good three-point shooting team on the part of Clemson most of the year.
I think Lindsey Mason's got to get a touch here.
Chancey Dunn on the drive, and that's going to be a foul on the Hokies. Chanel Harrison called for the foul, but she's getting the job done on the offensive end. Harrison with the drive, coast to coast.
With Food Lion, when you gather friends and family for the big game, around good food, at great prices, you've got reason to celebrate. Food Lion is your neighborhood's home team for savings, with great prices on all your game day favorites. Stop by your neighborhood Food Lion today. Food Lion, good neighbors, great prices.
You can let go now, Daddy. Oh, I think I'm ready to do this on my own. It's gonna be a little bit scary, but I want you to know I'll be okay now, Daddy.
Everlasting love. Pass it on.
You can let go.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Get ready to go coast to coast in a college hoops triple header. First, it's ACC Sunday Night Hoops when North Carolina State battles Jordan Williams and Maryland, and Georgia Tech looks to do the unthinkable, upset Nolan Smith and Duke. Then, in the Pac-10, Reeves Nelson leads UCLA against Harper Camp at Cal. It's a college basketball triple header Sunday.
From your first dollar forward, Republic Bank has a history of helping. And to help make the new year a better year, Republic Bank is offering a home equity line of credit at a remarkable 12-month introductory rate of just 1% APR. And Republic has home equity loans at a fixed APR, fixed payment, fixed term, and promotional closing costs of just $199. We were here for you yesterday, we're here for you today, and we will be here for you tomorrow. Republic Bank.
In Kentucky, there's one thing we all know. The weather is going to come. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month, but it's coming. And when it does, there's one place you can count on to be there. It's called CN2.
Winter storm number 1 is...
We'll stay with the storm for as long as it's out there, telling you what's coming and what it means for you. At CN2, we do weather.
Dominant on the interior in this matchup.
Lindsey Mason now with a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds. Both are season highs as Shelton turns it over. But what a game for Lindsey Mason tonight. Whistle and a timeout. Beth Dunkenberger. That is the first career double-double for Lindsey Mason. Again, 11 points and 10 rebounds. And she's trying to bring her Tigers back. And now, Debbie, the clock is going to become a factor. And I would imagine that that's one thing Beth Dunkenberger is going to talk about now is now you got to try to make the clock be your friend if you're Virginia Tech.
And Virginia Tech hasn't been in this position late in a game where they have had the lead. So shooting free throws becomes important. And Nikki Davis has been your best player all game. She's also one of your worst free throw shooters and your point guard.
Good point. Well, they've got to get it in her hands. And she's got to bring it into the forecourt. Davis will set the offense. Passed up a shot as she had the shot, but very smartly they pull it out, trying to run a little time off this shot clock here. And you're right, Debbie. They have not been in this position a lot this season. Foul's going to be on Tate.
And see, there's a break for Virginia Tech, and Clemson doesn't want to commit that foul with 7 seconds on the shot clock. The next foul will put Virginia Tech in the bonus.
And now they get a fresh 30 seconds. And with 3:06 left, that's important. Davis pulls it out. Davis drives. Passed up the shot. Passed it up again, knowing there's plenty of time on the clock. Harrison. My goodness.
What a huge three for Chanel Harrison, the leading scorer for the Hokies.
That is her first three of the game, but it gives now the Hokies their first double-digit lead. Wright will try to answer and does. Kirsten Wright now with 3 threes in the game.
What an answer by Wright, the senior.
Chanel Harrison with 18 points. Phenomenal. Takes it up so high, might bring rain. Shelton's going to be whistled for the foul.
Chanel Harrison has the most threes for the Hokies this season, and this would be number 20. And Wright on the other side has had a couple of big ones, Mike. You know, I always talk about it's not how many you make, but when you make them, that is critical. And Harrison's couldn't have been more important for Virginia Tech, except Wright had an answer.
Brittany Gordon only 54% on the year. But that one looked pretty good. And she'll get another. This is where those free throws become so critical. And as you said, Virginia Tech has not been in this situation often.
They're going to call a lane violation on the Hokies, which takes the free throw away. You can't have a mental error at this point in the game.
9-point lead, under 2 minutes to go. Wright needs to hit some threes. Tries there, misses everything. Look at Mason hustle for the basketball. Wright on the drive this time, and she traveled. That's a costly turnover with 1:42 left. And Tora Coleman didn't like it.
See, this is where Tellier now gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line for 1-and-1. And she's a 57% free throw shooter.
But today, Monet Tellier has been pretty good from the line, 4 for 4.
That's pretty good.
I'd say. Mason again getting a hand on it, tipping that ball over. Dunn drives. Tate's fouled. Boy, it's been poor shooting that has cost Clemson in this game.
Tate working that weak side glass, Mike. She has been terrific. She and Mason have been all over the boards all night.
15 points, 7 of them from the free throw line.
You got to expect full court pressure. Beth Dunkenberger last trip down had her team in a 1-4 alignment. Clemson doesn't want to get beat long.
Debbie, how about this? As poorly as Virginia Tech shoots free throws, would you foul maybe early here?
Well, they're going to foul if they don't get the steal.
There they go.
That's who ought to foul right there. Maybe try to lengthen the game.
At some point, you don't have a choice.
Now I wouldn't foul, though. You're 10 seconds into the shot clock. Or you've got 10 seconds left. 12.
It'll be Virginia Tech basketball.
It's a 3-possession game.
Last touch by Brittany Gordon. It'll belong to Clemson. They need to score in a hurry.
And see, I like this token pressure by Beth Dunkenberger's club. I think it's a good move right here. Force Clemson to use some of the shot clock. Don't let them just drive it down there. Don't foul.
Wright drives and hits it. Coleman calling for him to foul. The Nine's not going to let him. Now Wright able to catch up to her, but there are 53.8 seconds left.
How many circus shots do you think Wright has in her bag of tricks? This is the second one. That length, her ability to extend through pressure and finish. She has made all the big plays late for Clemson.
She leads all scorers now with 18 points.
This is the best free throw shooter that Virginia Tech can send to the free throw line based on season numbers.
Gets the friendly bounce there. She's at 70%. That was her first free throw opportunity of the night. This is Fanon out of Newark, New York. Hits them both. It's been done, but it'll be tough for Clemson here. Dunn can't hit it. Fanon the rebound. She's going to keep the ball in all probability. Gets it off to Davis. Now they foul Nikki Davis, who, as you mentioned, Debbie, the poorest free throw shooter on this team. But the clock now way against Clemson with 40.7 seconds left.
Shooting 2, Nikki Davis.
See, and Nikki's got to have her routine and her ritual and think, I'm going to make these. And then Harrison's going to think, she's going to miss. I can't foul. I got to make sure I can tip it back. That looked great.
She was 0 for 2 from the line and looked very confident. The senior from Lexington, Kentucky, transfer from Alabama. What a game she's had. 16 points, 9 rebounds for Nikki Davis. Make it 17 points now. As our Hokies are up 10 and seem to be on their way to their first ACC win of the year.
Guard play on the road in this league is so critical to steal a win because the interior play for Clemson was terrific.
Particularly Lindsey Mason and Jasmine Tate. Thomas who missed that shot. She has really struggled with her shot tonight.
And Beth Dunkenberger has got to be pleased with the way her team has managed the end of the game, Mike. They haven't been in this situation.
And Kirsten Wright has just fouled out with 18 points, 4 rebounds. Wright heads to the bench, and Fanon back to the free throw line. I'll tell you what, Virginia Tech has hit their free throws here in these final couple of minutes. They've done what they've needed to do. They led by 4 at halftime. We were tied in the second half at 37 with 14 minutes left.
Oh, nice pass inside. Timeout, Clemson.
And Lindsey Mason adds to her career high total.
30-second timeout.
Lindsey Mason now with 13 points, 12 rebounds. Game she'll remember. Our Food Line player of the game, it's Nikki Davis, the 5'7" senior, the transfer from Alabama, her first ACC game in double figures. She had 17 points and 9 rebounds.
She was solid all game. She made the right reads. She was seeking her own offense when she knew she had the hot hand and knocking down 3 triples. What a terrific game for the senior for Virginia Tech.
Debbie, she hit a 3 very early in the game that I thought kind of set the tone for what things were going to be like tonight for Virginia Tech.
Well, when you're struggling with your confidence and you hit your first shot, that's always a good thing for a shooter.
That was It's a good night for Nikki Davis, and it's a good night for the Hokies.
A long overdue ACC win for Beth Dunkelberger, and a hard-earned one by her and her staff. A terrific job preparing today.
Virginia Tech, next game, they are home against NC State. The Tigers will travel to Georgia Tech on Thursday. And the Hokies have come away with a win, 68-56. Congratulations to Beth Dunkelberger and her team on getting their first ACC win. They hit some shots early and kept right on rolling. They led by 4 at half. They withstood a Clemson run when they came back to tie it at 37 with 14 minutes left. And then held on. Their overall record now goes to 11-14. Now let's head over to Debbie Antonelli. Debbie?
All right, Nikki, congratulations on the win. 17 points for you. You made all the plays late for your team. What were you thinking as the game was wearing down?
You know, we just wanted to take care of the ball. That was one of our biggest focuses on this game. Take care of the ball, execute on offensive end, play together as a team. Those are some of the things that we've been working on the past few days in practice. So late game, we did a good job with that.
How about you knocking down some threes today? What made you get the hot hand early?
It feels good to finally hit one. I've been on a drought these last couple games, but yeah, just teammates finding me open, doing a very good job passing the ball around, so I was just happy I was able to knock them down.
All right, Nikki, congratulations on the win. Coach Dunkelberger, I know how hard you and your staff prepared today for the W. How good does it feel to finally get the W?
Finally is right. The thing I love about this team is they've continued to fight, to grow, and to get better. There's not one hint of give in this team except to give all effort.
When the game was on the line and you had to go to the free throw line, your team hadn't been in that situation before. What did you learn about the character of your team late?
Well, I think when you're playing well, you have confidence when you go to the foul line, and we didn't have any trouble stepping up and knocking down shots.
And then defensively, changing up your defense in the second half. They changed and went to a lot of zone in the second half. What worked for you on the offensive end?
Well, offensively, when we held on to the ball and got it moving, we got good shots. We got a little impatient early against that zone, but as long as we held on, we were good.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. Mike, back over to you.
All right, thanks, Debbie. And again, congratulations to Beth Dunkelberger and to the Hokies, who were led by Chanel Harrison with 18, Nikki Davis with 17. Kirsten Wright led Clemson with 18 points, a double-double for Lindsey Mason, 13 points, 12 rebounds. Once again, our final score, Virginia Tech 68, Clemson 56. For Debbie Antonelli and our entire crew, Mike Hogwood here saying good night from Clemson, South Carolina.
The World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Never lose another dime playing poker, guaranteed.